Most traders know how to read charts. They have memorized their strategy. They know where to place stops. They know how to calculate position size. They have mastered risk management rules. But there is a chasm between knowing and doing, and this chasm pulls us back from time to time. Some of us more frequently. It prevents us from making profit or causes us to give back the profit we made. And the main cause of that chasm is emotion. The emotion we think we understand, but actually do not. It is not as simple as we think. Emotion. When money is at risk, the brain works differently. We have all experienced and know this. Knowledge evaporates, rules are forgotten, discipline disappears. And then you get angry at yourself. Why could I not do it? Why do I repeat the same mistake every time? Maybe you will be disciplined for a while, a few weeks, but then one day everything goes wrong again. What enabled me to solve this thing I experienced countless times was truly understanding emotion, really understanding it. You do not understand emotion, and if you understand it, you can manage it. And by the end of this video, you will understand it in all its details. First, what is emotion? Most people get this wrong. They see emotion as a feeling. I am afraid, I am excited, I am angry. And they call this emotion. But emotion is not actually a feeling. Emotion is a biological action potential. It is your brain's attempt to adapt to a change in the environment. When you perceive a threat, your heart rate increases, your muscles tense, your breathing becomes shallow. All of these are not conscious choices. They are automatic reactions and necessary. The brain mobilizes you to survive. We all know fight or flight mode. This is what emotion is. It is actually an action plan, a state of readiness. The same applies to trading. Your emotions emerge to throw you into action, but the wrong action. And while trading, this system is constantly active because you constantly encounter things that will trigger it. Because the threat of losing money is a real threat to your brain, and it does not know the difference. Moreover, there actually is no difference, and losing money is a threat. Your brain is not wrong. On the contrary, it is right. Even if not physical, it realizes before you that you are facing a real threat emotionally and financially. This is why the brain starts to alarm and wants to implement the action plan as soon as possible. And if you are not sufficiently resolute, determined, and planned, its plan will work every time. This mechanism will defeat you every time. And while you are in that alarm mode, it will be impossible for you to make calm decisions. These are inevitable things, but of course, they are not unsolvable, and we can prevent it from perceiving it as a threat. This is not that difficult. But if we proceed randomly and without a plan, our brain will definitely take control somewhere, and primitive trading becomes inevitable. And of course, the result is always the same. It is certain you will lose. Because the market plays exactly on your emotions and your primitive state. It aims to control you and bring you under its influence. The market that achieves this goal will cause you to give control to your primitive brain and take the money from your pocket. We will solve this situation. Do not worry. Now let us understand the components of emotion. It has 4 parts. First is arousal, meaning triggering. This stage is very critical. The number of traders who can notice this is very few. Your body's energy level is rising, heart rate, breathing, muscle tension. Actually, this is where everything starts. Think about it. How many times did you notice this happening before everything was ruined? Second is feeling, chemical reaction. Cortisol, adrenaline, dopamine. These are circulating in your body and creating a feeling. And from the moment this feeling takes over you, everything turns into an improvised action plan. Third is motivation, meaning the impulse to act, the fight, flee, or approach. The brain chooses a direction. What should I do now? Should I give up stopping my position, or should I add to it? Should I flee or fight? It will never say stop out and move away, but I want you to notice this. Fourth is belief, meaning belief system. How are you interpreting this situation? How do you see it? Is it a threat or an opportunity? Can I control it, or am I helpless? Your belief system determines the color of the emotion. The same event can create 2 different emotions in 2 different people. We know this very well because belief systems are different. And here's the important part. You cannot control emotion, but you can control your way of interpreting it. This is exactly where we will step in and gain control by interpreting what is happening the way we want. Because by changing your belief system, you can change the direction of emotion. And this is not difficult at all. I want you to understand Marcus's example well. When Marcus takes a trade, his heart rate accelerates, his hands sweat, his breathing becomes shallow, arousal is high, his body is in alarm mode, and the feeling turns into fear. Because the belief system is this: if I lose money, I am worthless. I am a failure. I cannot control it. Because the belief system is this: when he trades with this belief, every price movement inevitably feels like a threat. And when he approaches his stop, he panics and thinks about moving his stop. When profit comes, he exits immediately because the fear of losing is dominant. When he loses, he withdraws into himself. He blames himself. Emotions are managing him because the belief system is poisonous, miscoded, not suitable for trading. And without that system changing, it is impossible for execution to change. If he does not change his belief system, he will find a way to sabotage himself every time, because his brain will do everything to protect him, and primitive brain means disaster for trading. Every time. Marcus has been stuck in the same cycle for 3 years. Even though he is occasionally consistent and profitable, he struggles to sustain it. He constantly returns to the beginning. I walked the same paths and did everything to change it. Until I changed the belief system, everything kept returning to the beginning. But after that, everything changed. Marcus knows the knowledge, but cannot apply it, because the belief system sabotages it, does not allow it. What the belief system wants conflicts with what Marcus wants, and every time the belief system finds a way to defeat Marcus. It makes the decisions and Marcus blames himself, saying, "I broke my discipline again." We will get into details here. Now let us separate fight-flight mode from approach mode. Fight-flight mode is activated when a threat is perceived. The sympathetic nervous system kicks in. The body focuses on survival. Narrow vision, quick reaction. Cortisol rises. In this mode, you cannot think long-term. You must react instantly and ward off the threat. You cannot be creative. There is no permission for that. So you will move your stop. You will find yourself entering that trade without thinking, and everything will go wrong very soon. And you will ask again? If you have gotten to the point of being fed up with this, you are watching the right video. Do not worry. In trading, this mode means disaster, because every loss feels like a threat. Every trade is a battle. And in battle mode, there is no discipline. This is impossible. There is only reaction. On the other hand, there is approach mode. The parasympathetic system is active, heart rate is regular, breathing is deep, muscles are relaxed. You are curious. You are open to learning. You are creative. In this mode, you can think long-term. You can apply strategy. If you make a mistake, you learn, because you see opportunity, not threat. This is the difference that seems small, but creates a huge difference. This is the mode you need for trading. Calm, curious approach mode. This was the mode you felt when you were trading without expectations during the learning phase. Thanks to this mode, you entered fight-flight mode, less due to less expectation and burden, and managing everything correctly was easier. But as time passed and things got serious, this got harder. Did it not? But how do you get there? With breathing and muscle relaxation. The brain listens to the body, not you. Most of the time, it will listen to the body first. If your body is tense, the brain says there is a threat, and instead of trying to convince it otherwise, adjust your body. You can do this. Because if your body is relaxed, the brain says you are safe. It is that simple. This is a two-way relationship. Emotion affects the body, but the body also affects emotion. If we cannot directly control emotion, we can control our body. We can calm ourselves and pull ourselves out of fight-flight mode. So before taking a trade, breathe, and make this your priority. Be careful not to fall into fight-flight mode. Observe yourself. Simply take deep, slow, controlled breaths. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Lean back. Open your fists. Send the body a signal that you are safe. Be sure your brain will listen to you, and it will shift from fight-flight mode to approach mode. This is simple, but believe me, it is a very powerful method. Most traders skip this, are too lazy to do it. They enter the trade directly, with a body that is already tense, but they are not aware of it, and then they wonder why they could not stay calm. They did not prepare the body. They did not adjust the nervous system. This is why emotion got out of control. Look, you must understand the seriousness and importance of this. Calm your body and convince it that it is not in fight-flight mode. If you convince it, it will also help you and your emotions will not suddenly appear and take the wheel. The belief system forms the foundation of everything. This is what is real for our lives. Your trading account is actually a mirror of your beliefs about managing uncertainty. If you feel inadequacy deep down, it shows in trade execution. When profit comes, you feel you do not deserve it. You exit early. When loss comes, you see it as proof. Look, I failed. If you feel powerlessness, you see the market as an uncontrollable monster, a monster trying to destroy you. You feel like a victim. The market deceived me. The market tricked me. The market is against me, you think, and you can swear this is true. I had the same feelings too. But the real truth is this. The market is not interested in you, does not care. The market is not aware of our existence. The market is neutral. You experience it the way you interpret it. And your way of interpreting comes from your belief system. What you truly believe finds a way to manage everything, and we prefer to jump in directly instead of doing this kind of work. Most of us are men, and we do this somewhat by nature. I do this too, and I know. But at some point, we will realize we will progress if we do the things we postponed. So instead of postponing these, you must start doing them immediately. This is not up for debate. Sarah's example is also a very common example. Sarah is a talented trader. Her strategy is solid. She has discipline. Her analyses are incredibly consistent. But there is a problem. She carries a belief of not deserving deep down. She thinks she does not deserve big profits. This is not a conscious thing. She is not even aware of it. But it reflects in execution when trading. When a trade goes into profit, she gets uncomfortable. She feels like she is doing something wrong, and without even realizing it, she ruins everything. She exits before her target. She shrinks the profit. Because big profit makes her uncomfortable. She cannot handle it. She does this not because she is not used to the numbers, but because she believes she does not deserve it. But realizing this is not easy. And on the other hand, when loss comes, she relaxes. I experienced this directly. I lost a very large amount of money and was almost happy instead of sad. I was relieved. This made me question many things. Sarah is like this without realizing it. Oh, this is the right place, she thinks. This suits me, a losing trader. The belief system finds a way to sabotage. There is knowledge, there is strategy, but the belief is poisonous. And without changing this belief, Sarah will never reach her potential. This is impossible. She has been in the same place for 2 years, and she is looking for the reason in the wrong places. She wins, but small. She loses, and accepts. The cycle continues. Actually, everything is progressing as it should because everything is progressing appropriately and correctly according to her belief system. It may not be close to Sarah's ideals, but it is exactly appropriate to her belief system. The truths are unfortunately uncomfortable. We have reached the most important part. So what is the solution? Not suppressing emotions, observing and managing them. Most traders see emotions as the enemy. They want to suppress them immediately. I should not feel fear. I should not feel excitement. But this is the wrong approach. Emotions are natural and inevitable. The problem is not feeling emotion. It is emotion managing you. The difference is this. You can feel emotion, but you do not have to act on it. You can be an observer. Oh, my heart rate increased. Your hands are sweating. Normal. The body is reacting. But I make my decisions based on my plan, not my emotions. This distinction is critical. Emotion is there. I accept it. But I manage it. I do not react. I observe. You need to be prepared. This is essential. If you are not prepared when that moment comes, everything will turn into improvisation in an instant. Be prepared and know that moment can come. Calm your body. Talk to yourself out loud. Calm yourself. Give yourself nice affirmations. And this is a matter of mental fitness, not willpower. Most traders try to suppress emotions using their willpower. Do not feel. Be strong. But willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. After a while, it runs out. And then everything is ruined again, because your discipline in the afternoon is weaker than in the morning, because willpower is depleted. But mental fitness is different. Fitness is a capacity. It can be developed. Just as you keep your body fit, you keep your mind fit. Meditation, breath work, emotional awareness exercises. These increase mental fitness. And a fit mind does not get tired because it does not use willpower. It uses awareness. We will also change the belief system with these, of course. Meet Alex. Alex meditates for 10 minutes every morning, just sits, watches his breath. Thoughts come. He observes. He does not get caught up in thoughts. He just notices. Oh, there is a fear thought. Interesting. It passes. Oh, there is excitement. It comes and goes. This practice is simple but powerful. Because Alex is training his mind to be an observer. He constantly witnesses his emotions coming but leaving without creating an effect, and this practice is very powerful. Because when trading, the same skill is active. Fear comes. He observes. Excitement comes. He observes. But he does not react. He stays loyal to his plan. 6 months ago, Alex was an emotional wreck. Every loss could create trauma. Every win could make him feel invincible. Now he is flat, calm, because he developed mental fitness. He does not use willpower. He uses awareness, and awareness does not get tired. Let emotions come and go. Practicing this creates an incredible difference. However, most people will skip meditation and they will definitely find an excuse for it. Do not skip it. Now let us look at practical steps. First, pre-trade ritual. Before taking a trade, prepare your body and mind. Deep breathing, shoulder relaxation, setting intention. Today I will stay loyal to my rules. No matter what the outcome, I will execute my process. We are preparing. This ritual adjusts your nervous system. It shifts you from fight-flight mode to approach mode. Second, during trade awareness. During the trade, check your body. Did my breathing become shallow? Did my shoulders tense? Did my jaw clench? If you noticed, fix it. Breathe, relax, calm the body. The brain will follow. Third, post-trade reflection. After the trade ends, observe the emotions. What did I feel? Where was I triggered? Why? Just observe without judgment. This awareness shows patterns over time, and when you see patterns, you can change them, and journaling to change the belief system. This is the most important. This does not mean record the trade and move on. It is much more than that. A different journaling, not just trade details. Write your beliefs. What did I feel today? What thoughts came? What belief do these thoughts reflect? For example, I exited early. Why? I was afraid of losing. Why was I afraid? Because I think if I lose money, I am worthless. There is the belief. Now challenge it. Is this true? Does losing money determine my value? No. Absurd. But the brain believes this, so rewrite it. New belief. I do not derive my value from results. I derive it from my process. If I stay loyal to my rules, I am successful, no matter what the outcome. Write this new belief repeatedly. Read it, internalize it. Over time, the old belief fades, the new belief strengthens, and execution changes. When you first do this, you will feel uncomfortable because your new belief will not yet be your reality. But if you persist, you will see step by step how you change your belief system. Here is the truth. Being calm, cool, and collected is not a personality trait. It is a skill. It can be developed. But most traders do not understand this. They think it is innate. I am this way. I am emotional. I cannot change. Wrong. You can change completely, but not with willpower. With fitness. Train the body. Breathing, relaxation. Train the mind. Meditation. Awareness. Rewrite the belief system. Journaling. Self-inquiry. These are tools. Use them. Practice regularly for 6 months. Your trading will change. Because you will change. You already knew the knowledge. Now you can apply it. Because emotion is no longer the enemy. It is an observed signal. A managed energy. And this difference changes everything. We will not fight our emotions. No. Instead of seeing them as a part of us, see them as a passing guest. Let them come and go. They have no effect on your life and decisions, at least not in your trading life. You will internalize this if you do enough practice. Do not worry. Do not doubt yourself because you will succeed. This is certain. Know that this is so. Most traders spend their lives on strategies. They look for a better edge. But even if the strategy changes, the result does not change. Because the problem is not in the strategy. It is in execution. And execution is emotion management. Being able to stay calm when money is at risk. Being able to execute the plan. Willpower is not enough for this. Fitness is required, mental and physical. And fitness comes with daily practice. 10-minute meditation, pre-trade breathing ritual, post-trade journaling. Simple, but nobody does it because it is boring. Results do not show immediately. But look, 6 months later, you are a different person. You have a different trading career. Same strategy, but different results, because execution has changed, emotion management has improved, and that is when trading becomes easy, not effortless, but manageable, controllable, sustainable, and this difference will give you everything you are looking for. Emotion is not the enemy, it is information. It tells you something. It is a signal from your body. Listen, observe, but do not let it manage you. You are the captain. Emotion is the waves, but you steer the ship. Stay loyal to your plan, no matter what the outcome, and over time, the waves get smaller. Because the brain learns. Trading is not a threat. It is a game. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It is the environment, and you can navigate in that environment. Calm, cool, collected. Because you have fitness, belief is solid, and emotion is no longer the master but the servant. This is the secret of successful traders, not knowledge, the capacity to apply knowledge. And that capacity is built every day with small practices, with patience, with consistency. Do it. Change. Win. I love you all. See you in the next video. If you think there are things we can improve, definitely share them with us.